the Arledge Law Firm in Rutherfordton, Bostic Florist in Bostic, Burnt Chimney Gift Shop in Broadway on Forest City, Circle B Barbecue in Spindale, Connor Computer in Rutherfordton, Don's Italian Restaurant in Spindale, East Rutherford Equipment of Ellenboro, the Dragon Palace Restaurant in Forest City, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies on Whiteside Road in Rutherfordton, Henson Building Supplies on Duke Street in Forest City, Horns Tire in Ellenboro, Jay's Discount Grocery in Forest City, the Medicine Box Pharmacy of Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton, Remax Realty of Rutherfordton, Wayne's Lunchbox in Spindale as well. These great sponsors welcome you to this exciting night of election returns. Now from our studio in Rutherfordton, here is Jim Bishop and Lou Gillum.
Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Try. Go. Try phone. AM 590 WCAB, Rutherfordton. Welcome to Election Coverage 2020 on WCAB, straight from the lobby, and what a day it's been. It's not just election, but it is everything else that's shown on today.
This is 2020, right?
Last time I heard.
So we're actually on the air.
We're on the air, finally.
Well, good gracious. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this broadcast of the 2020 election returns from Rutherford County. We'll be, of course, spending our time this evening mostly talking about how Rutherford County voted. We'll give it to you the precinct as they come in, and we'll also be looking at the state races, how Rutherford County voted for those, and the national elections, how Rutherford County voted there. But we're also in tune with NCMN, hopefully, and we'll get how the state's doing statewide with the state doing the Florida race, the lieutenant governor's race, and all the other races pertaining to the state of North Carolina. Of course, the big exciting thing, of course, is the presidential race. And that may be sometime 2025 before we actually find out about how that works out. We hope it's not that long, but they're expecting it to be a long evening. And we just got word a while ago that there have been some changes in the closing time of some of the North Carolina, across North Carolina, because there were some late starting on three of the counties. So they delayed the closing of the balloting. So rather than 7:30, looks like it may be 8:15 before the actual close. So it's going to be an interesting evening. What else can go wrong in 2020, right? Thank goodness we actually finally got on the air. We had trouble last week, as many of you know, with the storm, the trees down, the power lines down, and power outages, and just got back on the air this past Saturday night. We've had technical problems with FM throughout the day today. Just a moment ago, got that worked out. The engineer's here, and he's looking over things, and Lou's been anxiously working, getting things squared away for us.
Anxiously, I think the color that I put on my hair last week, the gray just bled through.
Those of you who might be tuning in on the streamer, it is a weird sight, I know, to look in here. We look like we're working in the dark, but we're actually in the lobby of our studio because normally we do these things from the annex in one of the places over there. They were closing those off this evening and would not allow anyone to come in because of the COVID thing. So they said, no, Jim, we'd rather you not do that. find another place. So we decided that we'll just work right here in the lobby of WCAB in beautiful downtown Whiteside Road. And it has been a chore. I'll have to admit it has been a chore getting things wired up and fixed up. And we had the cable folks in late this afternoon. The engineer came in late this afternoon. We've been wiring and unconnecting and wiring and lighting. And so if you're looking on the website, on the streamer, looks like Lou and I are in the Spookyville room. But we're actually not. The lighting is not the best. But we wanted you to be able to hear and see what's going on as it happens. We do have an audience here in the building with us. We have friends and neighbors from around the area that are with us and for who knows how long. There may be others dropping by. Those that know we're here, if some of the candidates drop by, we will be happy to talk with them as well. I think maybe one of the chairman or two of the chairmen were coming by to see how it's going with the race. I don't know how many of you were out today and saw the excitement at the polling places. There were people all over the place waving flags and banners, and people were tooting their horn. It's been an exciting day for at least the Trump supporters. And we saw some Biden folks waving flags and banners in several of the precincts as well. So it's been one of those days.
Up at the top of the intersection of Highway 74, Food Line, that intersection, there's been a group there all day long, all morning long. They're still there now. It sounds like you're more at a ball game.
Yes.
It basically does. And there's one other thing that we were talking about today, it doesn't really affect us, but it's one that I'm kind of curious what's going to happen. It's the Lindsey Graham and Jamie Harrison election in South Carolina. That one has been
a tight one.
Yes, it is, and it turned out to be kind of a really dirty little burbs going back and forth. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens with that one.
You're not saying politics gets sort of dirty,
yeah.
No, surely. I tell you, I've been doing and following these elections for, we won't not going to say how many years, but many, many years, and I have never seen an election year like this one. This has been the most interesting, most verbose, I guess is that a good word to say,
Is that a word?
in election. Yeah, and I tell you, the people are geared up on both sides of the presidential race. And I don't know what's going to happen after the winner is declared. I hope to goodness, and I pray to goodness, that everybody will maintain their senses and keep themselves calm and rest assured that everything's going to be fine. The sun's going to come up in the morning, regardless of what's taking place. Now, we do know that the North Carolina State Board of Elections anticipates that the results reported by the end of election night will include 97% or more of all the ballots cast in North Carolina in the 2020 general election. As always, the remaining ballots, including provisional ballots and absentee by mail ballots that arrive after election, they will be counted and added to the totals during the post-election canvass period. Now, normally what we get, Lou, is after the polls close, we get the early folks who voted early, but now that they're delaying the closing of the places, it's going to be a little bit later before that happens. What votes will be counted and reported on election night 2020? Well, the vast majority of all votes cast in the election in North Carolina will be reported as unofficial results on November the 3rd. And all results are unofficial until statewide certification of canvass scheduled for November 24th. So nothing is official until November 24th. So, but whoever gets the most electoral votes, of course, will be the winner. But it won't be official until later.
Now, just a few minutes ago, I took this down. Some of the polls, the ones that have already closed, they closed at 7 o'clock, were Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, South Carolina, Vermont, and Virginia. Now, North Carolina, they have been extended, so in some places. So North Carolina closes at 7:30. Ohio and West Virginia will be closing in about 15 minutes, and then at 8 o'clock we'll have Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, and then some of them will not be closing until, Alaska, it will be 1 a.m. Eastern time. That before we get anything from Alaska, 1 a.m. Eastern time. And the first polls, of course, have closed in Indiana and Kentucky, and the results should be coming in soon from there. And we got the TV ready, so we're watching. But they're saying one thing is absolutely positively clear, that this turnout is going to be historic.
It will be historic. There have been the most early votes that I can ever remember, and the most voters even after early votes, because they were crammed it up pretty good today. A lot of folks were voting today. So who knows? I think our percentage to Rutherford County is going to be probably the highest it's ever been.
I would think so.
Now we're watching, of course, there is a congressional race that takes part in Rutherford County. That is the 11th congressional race. We're watching that closely, and we'll give you Rutherford County and maybe give you a sort of a feel of how the district is going in terms of that. We won't have all the upper western counties. John Coaching, WLOS, all right, we'll give some of those reports. And we also will try to follow Virginia Proxy Field. And many of you know that Rutherford County now has been split after some judge decided that the redistricting was unfair. So they came back and made the North Carolina General Assembly redesign. So what they did, they split Rutherford County right down the middle. Now, parts of Spindale West is in the 11th. Parts of Spindale East is in the 5th. So those in Spindale East, right now Virginia Proctor, Judge Chief's running for re-election. And those Spindale West, right now is it's up for toss because the two candidates running because the Meadows, Mark Meadows, who was holding that seat, resigned and went to work for the president as chief of staff. So that one is going to be a new member of Congress altogether. So let's see what goes on from here. Let's take just a moment and let you identify with some of the sponsors who are making this possible. We appreciate so very much these folks that make this broadcast possible. So, Kristen, let's do that. This is Elections 2020 Returns here on WCAB.
You know, there is a lot of misleading information about Medicaid eligibility. The Arledge Law Firm would like for you to know the truth. For instance, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your home. That's not true. Another one is, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. Again, not true. And this big one, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. Not true, not true, not true. Call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm and get free consultation and learn the truth. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify for nursing home care and not lose everything you own. It's worth a call to Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford.
Call on Bostic Florist for all your floral needs. Choose from many selections of tropicals, dish gardens, contemporary or traditional arrangements, silk, dried, or fresh cut. They offer fruit baskets, gift baskets, and much more. Bostic Florist will host a Christmas open house November the 12th and 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., and again on Saturday, November the 14th from 8:30 a.m. until 12:30. Stop in and be a part of a Bostic Florist Christmas open house celebration. They're at 196 North Main Street in Bostic, or call 245-2884 for more information. Make your home a showcase with home decor from the Burnt Chimney Gifts and Decor. Beautiful selection of handcrafted wreaths, collectibles, wooden flags, re-loved chic furniture, hand-poured candles, jams, and jellies. Tons of gorgeous seasonal items and decor. Handmade crafts made with love from many local artists. Also, they now have locally made jewelry made by many talented artists right here in Rutherford County. So shop local. Shop the Burnt Chimney, located at 483 South Broadway in Forest City, or call them at 828-803-2565.
For your next meal, enjoy an award-winning meal from Circle B Barbecue, located at 135 West Main Street in Spindale. You can order from a full menu like appetizers to baskets, plates, or sandwiches of pulled pork, pulled chicken, or brisket. Enjoy delicious sides and desserts. Kid menus are available. If you have a special event coming up, call on Circle B Barbecue for all your catering needs. All menu items plus custom orders are available. Call 828-395-2148 or visit them on the web at circlebarbecue.com. That's Circle B Barbecue, 135 West Main Street in Spindale.
Computers are a great asset to all, but when they go on the blink, it puts us all in a bad mood. When this happens, be sure to call the professional team of technicians at Connor Computer Consultants. The CCC can get your computer up and running in no time with their excellent in-store repair service. They can also come to your home or place of business. They also offer new machines and laptops, networking equipment, and computer parts. Connor Computer is now back to normal business hours, open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They're located at 142 West Court Street in Rutherford, or call 828-287-0003.
Are you in the market for farm equipment? So now is the perfect time to see the boys at East Rutherford Equipment. They have quality equipment exclusively by Mahindra. Mahindra offers a heavier lift capacity with stronger parts for the toughest of jobs. Stop in today and see Doyle or Tommy Hollifield at East Rutherford Equipment, 153 Hamrick Road in Ellenboro, or give them a call at 453-0090. Mahindra and East Rutherford Equipment, a good combination.
We return you now to more Election 2020 results with Jim and Lou.
Well, one of the exciting things about covering an election is anticipating every year, every election cycle, how many people are going to go register to vote? How many people are going to vote? And how is it going to turn out? Well, as I mentioned earlier in the outset, there have been more people voting early this time, I think, than ever before. Through last Saturday, 25,686 voted early in this county. 25,686 voted early. 4,011 absentee ballots were already presented. 33 active overseas military people have voted, and 49 civilians that are overseas also have voted. Close of polls on Saturday, early voting, 56.06% of registered voters had already voted. So we've had elections where that didn't have that many people vote at all. But now we have this many people voting early, 56%, 6.6%. Now overall in the county, we have 45,829 registered voters in the county. Now, if time permits this evening, and I can put my fingers on it, as I mentioned, it's been a hell of a show to kind of do. I put my fingers on it. I can give you some numbers of how the voting registration has been in the county. The number of registered Republicans, the number of registered Democrats, the number of registered unaffiliated, and Libertarians, Green Party. I don't have that in my fingers right now, but I've got it in my office, and I'll try to pull that together before it's all over with. Well, elections are far from over on election night, as we mentioned. This has always been the case. In the days that follow, the county boards of election count the remaining ballots, research the eligibility of each provisional ballot, conduct a series of post-election audits, and conduct any necessary recounts. The State Board of Conduct actual additional audits to make sure that everything is fair and accurate. We don't want anything, State Board of Education, the local Board of Education, Board of Elections, I want to make sure that every ballot that's cast is legitimate ballots. We don't want any of the things that happened like a few years ago down in Florida with those hanging chads. We don't want any of that. These post-election process culminates in the final certification of results, also known as canvassing, and we have a board of election officials that do that here in the county. And county boards of election will hold their canvass meeting at 11 o'clock November the 13th. The state board will hold theirs November the 24th to certify the election process. So it does get a little complicated. We think there's nothing to it. We just go vote and that's it. But in case that's what you're thinking, then let me bust that bubble, because that indeed is not the case. Of course, as you know, those of us who have voted on the ballot, of course, was the incumbent president, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, the Democrat, running to bump him out of that seat. We had a Don Blankenship running, and the Green Party candidate was Ronald Hawkins. Libertarian candidate is Joe Jorgensen. So we'll see how all that stacks up for us here in the candidate. All of those votes coming in later for the evening. Unfortunately, the early voting, maybe they'll have all of those tabulated pretty soon. And basically, it has been said to me, and it has proven to be true on several occasions, when the early voting comes in, and we know the tabulation of early votes, how the precincts voted, sometimes that's how Rutherford County goes. The early vote will tell on what's happening with the rest of the ballot. So maybe we'll know something when those early ballots come in. We'll see. The U.S. Senate race is one of the hotly contested ones. Tom Tillis, the incumbent, has been fighting tooth and nail with Cal Cunningham. The Democrats was trying to knock him off. Of course, there was a Shannon W. Gray and Kevin Hayes also on the ballot. But Tom Tillis and Cal Cunningham, that has been really a lot of ugly fighting in that race. And Cal Cunningham, of course, got caught up later on in a marital problem. It caused him some flack. But he didn't slow down. He spent a lot of money. A lot of money came in North Carolina from other places for that Senate race. The Democrats and the Liberals want to take over the Senate, and they have fought really hard to do that. And there are some states that looks pretty weak right now in terms of the Republicans maintaining those Senate seats. We'll learn more about that as we go through the evening from our national reports as well as from CNN. There are things that are we might never know until days later, but we do want to make sure that we'll keep you posted. Now, things happen throughout the evening, throughout the context of voting, and this election, I think, probably has been most, what's the word, volatile. Maybe that's a good word, volatile. People's attitude. There's always been tough fights on both sides of the aisle on who's going to win. But I don't know when I remember ever the kind of hostility has been with this election with President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. For instance, a Mississippi family is alleging religious discrimination against their third-grade daughter's elementary school after officials there forced her to remove her face mask with the phrase, "Jesus loves me." Nothing political there, but they forced her to remove it. Matthew and Jennifer Booth filed a federal lawsuit Monday against Simpson County School District in Mississippi because her daughter, Lydia, was ordered to remove the mask on October 13th and replace it with one of her schools. Simpson Central supplied. All students are required to wear masks to help slow the spread of COVID-19. She chose, "Jesus loves me." He said, no. That's not good. You can't do that. You got to wear something that we approve of. I wonder if they had put on the mask with the opposing issues that they like so well, if it been okay. We got a lot of room to cover tonight, a lot of miles to go, a lot of long night ahead of us, but we hope you'll hang around with us. And again, let me remind those of you who want to watch on the web, it's www.wcab59.com. And it sort of gives you an eerie feeling, so looking in the dark as we broadcast here from the studio in the lobby. It doesn't have, we have lights. We wanted to make it sort of Halloweenish, maybe Halloweenish, dark spots in the room. But we hope you will indeed enjoy the broadcast tonight. And we're going to find out some more folks that help make this possible. This is Elections 2020 Returns here on WCAB.
For delicious Italian food straight from an Italian kitchen, visit Don's Italian Restaurant. Enjoy fresh salads, delicious homemade pasta dishes, oven-baked entrees, hot oven subs, and specialty pizzas. At Don's, all food is cooked to perfection. Don's Italian is a family-owned and operated business with years of experience, and they look forward to serving you. Hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10, and Sundays, 11 to 3. You can find Don's at 619 Oakland Road in Spindale or call for takeout at 828-288-3711.
Attention deer hunters, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply has your deer hunting supplies including Deluxe, $34 for 50 pounds, Early Draw, $27 for 25 pounds, and Supreme Fall, $32.50 for 50 pounds. Deer corn, 50-pound bag, $7. Check on the farm equipment available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at their lowest prices. In stock, case knives, 10% off. Ask about discounts on River Run dog food and many more special prices when you shop Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whitesides Road, Rutherford. Give them a call at 828-287-3272.
Henson Building Materials is returning to our regular days and hours to better serve the fast-growing building needs of the Forest City area. Our hours will be 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We'll still be taking safety measures, cleaning, wearing masks, and social distancing, all while our friendly and knowledgeable staff will be taking your orders on a variety of building, remodeling, and DIY projects. With the combined experience of over 50 years, Jamie Earls, Terry Dunaway, and Randy Harrell in our 10,000 square foot showroom will get you in and out, loaded and back to your project, all with the flexibility in ordering. And while you're at it, visit our Homeworks by Henson showroom with our 2 designers for all of your kitchen and bath cabinet and countertop design needs. Time to get out, get busy, and visit Henson Building Materials. Building starts here.
For quality service and reliable care for your vehicle, make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. When the seasons change, so should your tires. Head on over for a quick and easy tire change. When you need service on your car, don't settle for anything less than the best quality service. Make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. Terry Horn and his team know how to help you out at the right price and on your timetable. That's Horns Tire and Auto Service, 370 Main Street in Ellenboro, or call them at 828-453-7444.
Saving money is easy when you shop at Jay's Discount Grocery. From snack foods to vegetables, fresh fruits to fresh cut meats, paper products, cleaning supplies, dog food, and so much more. You just never know what you'll find at Jay's. So shop and save today. They're located at 671 Oak Street in Forest City, right beside the Hospice Resale Store. When you shop at Jay's, you always walk out with money left over in your pocket.
I got my flu shot. Did you? That's right, it's that time of year again, flu shot season. Medicine Box of Rutherford would like to remind you that the best defense against influenza is a flu vaccine. We have the standard dose vaccine and a high dose vaccine for those 65 years old and older. The Centers for Disease Control recommends a yearly flu vaccine as the first and most important step against flu viruses. Remember, don't let the flu get you down. Prevent it with an influenza vaccine. Come visit the Medicine Box of Rutherford at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherford, or give us a call at 828-287-7117.
Whether you're buying or selling, downsizing or expanding, relocating or vacationing, RE/MAX Journey agents have the tools and experience to help you to go from sale to sold. That's why no one sells more homes than RE/MAX. Don't worry, they've done this a million times. Download the new RE/MAX app today. Visit the local RE/MAX Journey team at 121 Laurel Drive in Rutherford, or call them at 828-395-2222.
Each office independently owned and operated.
Brad Crone is one of the most astute political analysts in our state. Here's what he has to say about that race.
Hudson's really got a challenge here, and it would not surprise me to wake up and see that Richard's been defeated at the end of the week. Patricia Timmons Goodson is a moderate centrist Democrat. You had a lot of energy coming out of Cumberland County because of the state Senate race there and the state House race. There's a lot of energy. I've seen polls where it's just, again, my key word for the night is crazy close. So Richard Hudson's a longtime congressman, a former staffer. He knows the game. It's really knuckle to knuckle, hand to hand down there.
Henry and Amy, we have seen both presidential campaigns focusing pretty heavily, specifically on Fayetteville, Cumberland County, Fort Bragg, that area. Obviously, everybody thinks that that is key, but that 8th district goes from Cabarrus County all the way east through Stanley, Montgomery, Moore, and Lee, Republican strongholds in Moore and Lee, and then Harnett and Cumberland. That's going to be quite a race.
Yeah, Richard Hudson's a good friend of mine. He's worked really hard. He's had the party has worked hard. They brought in Steve Scalise to campaign for him and do fundraisers. It's just like Brad just said. Richard is one of the most astute politicians that I've ever been around. He's a really smart guy, and he ran McCrory's campaigns in the past and has been around North Carolina politics forever. But the money, again, the outside money that has come into that race to try to take Richard out is just astounding. I don't think we've ever seen anything like the kind of money coming into North Carolina trying to take these folks out.
And Patricia Timmons Goodson, former member of the Supreme Court, yeah, and apparently has really tight connections in Cumberland County in the Fayetteville area. So we will have to wait and see exactly what that race brings. But that's one of the key congressional races we're going to be watching tonight. Then we also have two other districts. It would be House 6. That's Guilford and Forsyth County. That is essentially open because Representative Mark Walker decided not to run again in a redrawn district. And also in the Wake County area, you have House District 2. George Holding decided not to run in that redrawn district. That could very well go Democrat as well. Lots more analysis to come here on Decision 2020 on the North Carolina News Network. I'm Donna Martinez, joined by Henry Hinton and Amy Cook. Stay with us. You are listening to Decision.
We return you now to more election 2020 returns with Jim and Lou.
All right, thank you very much, Christian. It is going to be a lengthy evening, it sounds like, because some of the polls are closing later. We picked up some information on that a moment ago.
Let's see. Of course, polls were open from 6:30 until 7:30 in North Carolina. At 6:40, the State Board of Elections voted to extend voting hours for 3 precincts in Warren County, 2 in Sansom County, and 1 in Cabarrus County because of various problems each experienced earlier in the day. Precinct officials entered the wrong computer codes to start the computers up this morning at all 3 Warren County precincts. Voting was extended by 25 minutes in Warrentown, 23 minutes at Vaughn Elementary, and in Macon by 30 minutes at the Zion Methodist Church. The polling site at Flow Store Volunteer Fire Station in Concord opened on time, but a computer malfunction there halted voting for 39 minutes this morning. So some of these are going to keep their polling open until 8:15 this evening. I can't get anyone to answer the phone, find out whether Rutherford County is holding up until 8:15 or not. I tried that, but
yeah, they're too busy.
They're too busy to answer the phone.
We'll find out from, we'll check our computers here to find out what's going to happen with that. A lot of folks ask a lot of times about the electoral college, electoral votes, why we have those, and how they're chosen in North Carolina. The electoral college consists of 538 electors. A majority of 270 electoral votes is required to elect the president in North Carolina. Political parties file the names of their candidates or electors for the nominees for president and vice president with the North Carolina Secretary of State. And every state has electoral votes, and that's where some candidates win. Sometimes they go after the big states with electoral votes. Now, some folks say, I wish we could do away with electoral college. Well, if we did away with electoral college, probably that would mean folks like California would dominate every election because they would have more popular votes out there than we would have, say, in North Carolina, South Carolina. The total number of electors is 538, and each state is assigned a number of electors equal to its Senate seats, plus the number of seats in the House of Representatives. Per the 23rd Amendment, the District of Columbia is allotted 3 electoral votes. So to do away with the electoral college electoral votes, we then have to amend the Constitution. And that 23rd Amendment is what came up with the electoral vote. Well, there are currently 538 electors, and an absolute majority of electoral votes, 270 or more, is required to win the election. So if you're watching that and following that and see which states is tallying toward candidates Donald Trump or Joe Biden, which one has the most electoral votes. Most states require that all electoral votes go to the candidate who receives the plurality in that state. And sometimes if your candidate loses and the other candidate wins, they say, well, we need to do away with the electoral votes. Well, that's been part of the Constitution. Election analysis, the websites, 538 in 2020 identified the states of Arizona, Georgia, Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin as perennial swing states that have regularly seen close contest over the last few presidential campaigns. You hear them talking on the news about swing states. Candidates are going to swing states, and that's the ones that are considered swing states. North Carolina has not always been a swing state, but we have in the past couple of years. And of course, Arizona has been a big one. You've seen the candidates campaign out there, Georgia, Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Hampshire, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. These are considered perennial swing votes. And we'll be watching those this evening as time moves on in this race. And we are right now officially waiting for the first tabulation to come in, and they will not be coming in until about 8:15 as the polls officially close. Now, I don't know, because I don't design the rules, but it seems like they should only extended those times for those precincts, those counties that were delayed in getting started. We have such an efficient group of Board of Election staff members here in Rutherford County. Looks like we could go ahead and do ours and close up because they're very efficient. I brag on the Board of Election the staff a lot because they do such an efficient job, and they make sure everything's run good.
One of the things I have to say that I did early vote, and the Friday afternoon that we went in to vote, just as quickly as someone moved away from the table, there was social distancing between the tables. As soon as someone walked away, there was somebody walking right up with the disinfectant, cleaning that area. So as far as keeping the area clean, Spindale House was being cleaned, disinfected down just as soon as you walked away. Another thing that's happened this year that I've never had happen before is everybody was given their own ink pen to use, and you walked away with that ink pen. You didn't put it back down and leave it. You took that ink pen with you. Let's see.
At least when I voted today, I don't say any much. You go in, they ask you to wash your hands with that sanitizer. They had a sanitizer pump there. Clean your hands.
Now, they had it ready, but I wasn't asked to do that. One thing I do want to do, though, tonight also, we didn't have this one, to thank Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza is helping us to bring election coverage tonight, and some of the specials that they have, if you want to pick up the phone and call them. They have 2 large, 2-topping pizzas for only $9.99. They also have a brand new cheeseburger and taco pizza, large for only $11.99. Any large specialty pizza, $12.99. 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas with Parmesan bread bites, $17.99. 2 locations to serve you at 114 South Washington Street in Rutherford, or 372 South Broadway in Forest City. Domino's Pizza, proudly serving you through delivery, carry-out, or curb service. And they are a proud supporter of the WCAB 2020 election return.
Those bites you were talking about are absolutely delicious.
Yes, they are.
My favorite.
And I also want to thank Food Line this evening for the beautiful cake that they made for us this evening. The young lady, Sharon Lopez. Every time we need a cake, Sharon always makes sure she makes the best cake. She did our cake for the newspaper that had when we were able to go to the FM translator. She made the cake then. She did our cake for Jay's Goodbye, Mr. Friday Night. So Sharon, thanks to Sharon for the cake. She always takes such good care of making our cakes look beautiful. So we'll have another cake in the paper this year.
Good for her. I like those cakes she prepares for us. We have a night here. We're broadcasting. If you're just tuning in, we're at the magnificent broadcast house, Whiteside Road in Rutherford. Right in the lobby, and we have a live audience here with us tonight.
Feeding their faces.
Feeding their faces. The reason we're in the broadcast house on Whiteside Road is because of COVID, they closed things down over the annex right after the last voter goes in, and they didn't want people hanging around. That's always been a lot of the a lot of the fun of doing the broadcast over there, because folks hang around, and they kind of sometimes come in, and we get to talk to them, interview. And Todd's got Cracker Jacks over there that I love. And we have Cracker Jack. And we always have a chance to visit with a lot of folks. But that way, it wasn't possible this year. So we're, what do you call it?
I don't know, but I bought you some goldfish. You like goldfish?
I like goldfish, too. We're pinch hitting, I guess, over in the studio. Lobby up is pretty well full. We're going to talk to someone in just a few moments. Find out what's on their mind about this election. The average Mr. Citizen to go to this as well. And we'll do that. Right now, though, this is Elections 2020 Returns right here on WCAB.
Are you in the market for farm equipment? So now is the perfect time to see the boys at East Rutherford Equipment. They have quality equipment exclusively by Mahindra. Mahindra offers a heavier lift capacity with stronger parts for the toughest of jobs. Stop in today and see Doyle or Tommy Hollifield at East Rutherford Equipment, 153 Hamrick Road in Ellenboro, or give them a call at 453-0090. Mahindra and East Rutherford Equipment, a good combination.
If you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate, closings, Medicaid planning, or just legal representation, contact attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherford. They offer years of experience and expertise. Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let the professional team go to work for you.
Call on Bostic Florist for all your floral needs. Choose from many selections of tropicals, dish gardens, contemporary, or traditional arrangements, silk, dried, or fresh cut. They offer fruit baskets, gift baskets, and much more. Bostic Florist will host a Christmas open house November the 12th and 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., and again on Saturday, November the 14th, from 8:30 a.m. until 12:30. Stop in and be a part of a Bostic Florist Christmas open house celebration. They're at 196 North Main Street in Bostic, or call 245-2884 for more information. Make your home a showcase with home decor from the Burnt Chimney Gifts and Decor. Beautiful selection of handcrafted wreaths, collectibles, wooden flags, re-loved chic furniture, hand-poured candles, jams, and jellies. Tons of gorgeous seasonal items and decor. Handmade crafts made with love from many local artists. Also, they now have locally made jewelry made by many talented artists right here in Rutherford County. So shop local. Shop the Burnt Chimney, located at 483 South Broadway in Forest City, or call them at 828-803-2565. Computers are a great asset to all, but when they go on the blink, it puts us all in a bad mood. When this happens, be sure to call the professional team of technicians at Connor Computer Consultants. The CCC can get your computer up and running in no time with their excellent in-store repair service. They can also come to your home or place of business. They also offer new machines and laptops, networking equipment, and computer parts. Connor Computer is now back to normal business hours, open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They're located at 142 West Court Street in Rutherford, or call 828-287-0003.
We return you now to more 2020 election returns with Jim and Lou.
Thanks very much, Kristen. We are here in the lobby of WCAB, and we want to thank those folks who are tuned in on the web, www.wcab5.com, and take a look at our darkened broadcast facility here in the beautiful broadcast house on Whiteside Road. I always love to talk with people in the community who are out and about and put their hands on things, know what's going on. Clark Poole, my friend with the Chamber of Commerce, is with me right now. Clark, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing inside?
Doing great. Thanks for stopping by.
Well, it's a great night tonight that we exercise our freedom and we exercise our responsibility in voting, and we're going to fight like roosters and dogs, but then when it's over, we understand that we're all Americans and we get to exercise that vote. So I'm really proud of that. And on a local basis, I'm really, really excited about giving kudos to certainly our medical profession and our health department officials and our county officials that helped guide us through this COVID-19 thing. You know, there's been a lot of despondency for 9 months now, and people are very frustrated and frightened. But there's been that beacon right through our community that says we're going to be all right together and we're going to make it. The tragedy of losing a life is certainly on our hearts, but the opportunity that we have to be a strong community when this is over is great. And this election will also let us move forward to a new day.
You know, what is your take on this election, the excitement level that people have had from the very beginning? What's your take on that?
Well, I think we can't ignore the fact that we have a president who has a very unusual personality and has done things publicly that has not been done presidentially. And I have often said we need to throw away his phone, but maybe I shouldn't say that on the air. But we also have had a president and a group of people who have decided that we're not going to just lay back and not help the world be responsible for their own actions and their own destiny. So I think people are realizing that there is an opportunity for us to not only exercise that freedom, but moving forward what we need to do. I think that's why we're excited.
After the election, will people, you think, vote a little tighter and rub off the scars and blemishes and move forward with a more positive attitude?
I better not say too much because I do remember some bar fights, and it hurt like the dickens for a couple of weeks. But after a while, the scars healed, and you could say hello to one another. I do believe that the underlying spirit of both parties is that we're first Americans. And we do make mistakes, but we can go forward, and we need to thank the founders of this country for that Constitution. We need to thank the founders that we live in a place that we can speak our piece and not be jailed.
What I'm finding also in this county, been here a while, Clark, is our small business people, men and women, the entrepreneurs, they have a strong fighting constitution about themselves. They roll through some rough spots and always come back.
The last 9 months have been horrible for our small business people. Very proud of them. The Facebook gave us the opportunity to give that grant back this spring. And we saved some businesses. So Facebook saved some businesses because of that. But what's important for me to really relate to you folks tonight, and I think it has something to do with the election, we gave away 107 grants. We had 18 minorities, African American and Hispanic. We had 27 female-owned businesses. In rural North Carolina, for 40% of our grants to be given to minorities, either female or African Americans or female, Hispanic, is a wonderful thing, a tribute. But what was really important, the $2,500 that they received didn't stop with the $2,500. It was the spirit and the courage that they were given by getting that money that said they would bond together and do something better. When the supplies got real short, they came together and said, how can we get this and how we can get that? That's community. That's what everything's really about.
That's why we're Rutherford County proud.
That's right. We are.
One thing I like to say about you is you're the finest cheerleader I know about Rutherford County, and you've been a great cheerleader for all of us in the past years, and even through the slow time with coronavirus.
Well, I don't know that I deserve that, but I have a great group of people who have decided to commend themselves to the chamber and to this community. Our mission is to help promote the economic prosperity. It's awfully hard to have prosperity of dollars in a COVID-19 shutdown, but we have plenty of prosperity in will and determination that we're going to be okay. And the next part of our mission is quality of life. And even though my pocketbook is not as full as I'd like for it to be because of COVID, my heart is filled with the fact that I can count on somebody that if my barn burns, people will be there to help me raise it.
Sure, absolutely. Clark Fuller, my guest, he's out and about the community often, and often stops by for my radio broadcast. Always a pleasure talking with him because most of the time he has great news for us.
Thank you.
You have a great evening.
Thank you.
No one else in the studio with the in the lobby of the broadcast house is Butch Maldy. Butch, he's stopped by this evening to be a part of this broadcast tonight. And you've heard him on radio with My Great America with Jim and Butch. Butch, good evening.
It is so great to be here, Jim, under different circumstances. You know what? You attract a crowd. You do. You attract a crowd. And you know what? It's you more than the food, although the food is great.
That's right.
Yeah, we got pizza here. We've got Cracker Jacks here. We've got, I think all 4 food groups are represented.
You have been real active. I know you have attended some of the Trump rallies that's been in North Carolina. What's your take on this election overall? What are you seeing?
Well, you know, there's some things that you just can't debate or deny. And the reality is Trump's supporters, come rain or shine, are going to show up. And I think the thing, too, Jim, that has been so great to see is that you have people that are understanding the weighty nature of what we're dealing with. The country is really at a crossroads. And you and I have talked about it often on My Great America, that the choice is no more clear than this election. It's door number 1 and door number 2, and anybody can kind of talk about what those doors represent, but the reality is that we're standing on the front edges, and we'll know tonight or whenever we'll know of what America's future is going to look like. And I'd love to see people enthusiastic about democracy.
Do you have confidence to believe that after this election is over with, all the bitterness that's been out there, that America will come together and work together again?
I think we're going to work through a difficult season, and it's not because I want to sound like somebody who's disparaging about the American character, but we have got as much polarization, according to some experts, as the country has seen since the days of the Civil War. And with social media in particular, you're just able to create fractions so quickly, and it's on both sides of the aisle that people feel things strongly to the point of even suggesting violence. So we pray that doesn't happen, and I believe at the core of it, Americans are people who are principled, but we know that evil is real and evil abounds, and so we've got to be vigilant. That's one of the reasons why really appreciate so much your longstanding history supporting the police, law enforcement. It's really important, especially during these days.
It was a big support to local police officers last Friday, I believe it was, in the county that the Republican Party put together. I think it was well received. And just to show appreciation for those guys and gals who put their lives on the line for us every day. And I think it's important that we do that. And the Blue Lives Matter, they called it, I think. And it was very, very important to them. Many of them have spoken to me since then, how much they appreciated that fact. And I like to tell them I appreciate what you're doing, too. And while we're sleeping, anytime they're out there.
It's so true. And you know what? It's so simple to go up to a law enforcement officer, a man or a woman, and just tell them, we appreciate so much that you put your life on the line. And, you know, you look at the globe, you look at the world, it is a dangerous place so often. And we dare not ever take for granted, Jim, and I appreciate so much your reinforcement of this. We dare not take for granted that we have people that 24/7 are taking care of us, looking out for us. So this is not a time for us to be hurling invectives at police officers. It's a time for us to say, we really appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, we're going to end this conversation. For those of you who are watching on the line tonight on www.wcb59.com, you're looking at a man who had a conversion experience. He told us his history of how he worked for Barack Obama. Now he is a staunch Republican Donald Trump man.
I want to let you know, too, that as he was saying that, Jim had his hand on my shoulder and was clutching me tightly. And I'm not quite sure what that was for. I also want to let you know that, and I'm sure you're well aware of this, he's a proud supporter of the Second Amendment. So I was going to answer the question anyway, Jim. But in the spirit of that, yes, I did have a conversion experience. I was involved in, I met Barack Obama when he was Senator Obama in the lobby of the King David Hotel in Jerusalem. I was there with my 16-year-old son, taking him on sort of a rite of passage to Israel. And through that set of circumstances, I was retained to design, develop, and execute a strategy to try to get millennials to vote for him in his first presidential campaign, particularly faith-driven millennials. That worked. And so I'm standing here in the studio, and nobody's drawn a weapon, so I guess we're okay. But, you know, God really changed my heart in so many different levels, and I'm grateful, and now we get to do this program.
Rich Mulvey, my guest, thank you much for taking the time to come.
Thanks so much.
We're waiting, of course, intensely awaiting for the first ballots to come in this evening, and they are going to be important to listen to and watch. There's been a great multitude of early voters, a great multitude of voters voting today in this day of election. And we'll carry this on further. All right, this evening, you stay with us. And thanks for joining us on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, and on the web at www.wcb59.com. This is Election 2020, returns here on WCAB.
For delicious food on the go, drop by Wayne's Lunchbox and choose from burgers, sandwiches, chicken salad plates, calabash or grilled chicken tenders, BLTs, clubs, fresh salads, and more. They're now taking pre-orders for Thanksgiving dinner, ham, turkey, dressing, vegetables, and pie. Deadline for those orders is November 20th. Also ask about the family meal deal for 10. Let Wayne's Lunchbox do all the cooking for your holiday. Also, a full menu Christmas catering will be available. Wayne's Lunchbox at 391 East Main Street in Spindale, or call 828-395-2225.
Attention deer hunters, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply has your deer hunting supplies including Deluxe, $34 for 50 pounds, Early Draw, $27 for 25 pounds, and Supreme Fall, $32.50 for 50 pounds. Deer corn, 50-pound bag, $7. Check on the farm equipment available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at their lowest prices. In stock, case knives, 10% off. Ask about discounts on River Run dog food and many more special prices when you shop Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whitesides Road, Rutherford. Give them a call at 828-287-3272.
Henson Building Materials is returning to our regular days and hours to better serve the fast-growing building needs of the Forest City area. Our hours will be 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We'll still be taking safety measures, cleaning, wearing masks, and social distancing, all while our friendly and knowledgeable staff will be taking your orders on a variety of building, remodeling, and DIY projects. With the combined experience of over 50 years, Jamie Earls, Terry Dunaway, and Randy Harrell in our 10,000 square foot showroom will get you in and out, loaded and back to your project, all with the flexibility in ordering. And while you're at it, visit our Homeworks by Henson showroom with our 2 designers for all of your kitchen and bath cabinet and countertop design needs. Time to get out, get busy, and visit Henson Building Materials. Building starts here.
For quality service and reliable care for your vehicle, make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. When the seasons change, so should your tires. Head on over for a quick and easy tire change. When you need service on your car, don't settle for anything less than the best quality service. Make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. Terry Horn and his team know how to help you out at the right price and on your timetable. That's Horns Tire and Auto Service, 370 Main Street in Ellenboro, or call them at 828-453-7444.
Saving money is easy when you shop at Jay's Discount Grocery. From snack foods to vegetables, fresh fruits to fresh cut meats, paper products, cleaning supplies, dog food, and so much more. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. So shop and save today. They're located at 671 Oak Street in Forest City, right beside the Hospice Resale Store. You know, when you shop at Jay's, you always walk out with money left over in your pocket.
We return you now to more Election 2020 results with Jim and Lou.
Well, thank you, Christian. I have been looking in some of the other counties to see if anyone has posted any results whatsoever at all since the polls in North Carolina did close at 7:30, except for a few counties that did have some situations earlier. Looking into McDowell County is still they have no precincts reporting in. Rutherford County, we are still with no precincts reporting in and we are at, it's 8 o'clock now. One of the things that I found just a few minutes ago, someone called earlier, and we love to answer questions if we can get the answer for you. And we don't mind one bit. People call about scams, telephone calls, and we don't mind one bit. We love it. We love to help the people of Rutherford County. And I was looking earlier, a lady called me, and one thing that she could not understand is what it meant by North Carolina being a battleground state. So I found the information to tell her, and this is what it came down to being. President Trump won the state back in 2016 by a slim margin of 3.6% over Hillary Clinton. North Carolina has 15 electoral votes up for grabs. A presidential candidate needs at least 270 to win, and the state has gone to a Democrat only once since Jimmy Carter's election in 1976, when Barack Obama narrowly won the state in 2008. Now, who's leading the polls? Revealed as of Friday, the average poll is down to just a 1.2 lead for Biden in North Carolina. Now, if you put that percentage point into terms of registered voters, that means if less than 88,000 voters change their minds, President Trump will win our state. North Carolina is a state Trump has to win, according to political experts. The reason why is because 3 other swing states right now, if you trust the polls, Biden has a sizable lead in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and in Michigan. And this means it's more important for Trump to take Florida and North Carolina instead. And to ask that question, when will we find out who wins the election? When the polls close in the U.S. presidential election, it can take days or even weeks to find out if Trump or Biden has won. Millions of Americans are expected to vote, of course, by mail because of the coronavirus. That's going to be a delay in counting all of the votes. North Carolina State Board of Elections said absentee ballots will be accepted until November the 12th, as long as the ballots were mailed by Election Day. So the absentee ballots, will be accepted until November the 12th, as long as the ballots were mailed by Election Day. Now, North Carolina is the key battleground state for both the presidency and control of the Senate. This year, the poll average from 538.com has Democrat Joe Biden leading Republican Donald Trump 50% to 48% for the presidency. For the Senate seat on the ballot, Democrat Cal Cunningham leads Republican Tom Tillis 50% to 47%. In North Carolina, more than 4.5 million people voted early or via mail-in voting this year. That's just shy of the 4.7 million who voted in 2016, in which Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton by approximately 200,000 votes. So that, I hope that explains it. It's still kind of like, huh? But that's the way it works. That is why North Carolina is being looked at as a battleground. And it's not been a day, a quiet voting day, but according to the board executive director, Karen Bale, at a news conference this morning, of course, she said it's not unusual to extend polling hours out on election day. But, however, there have been reasons that elections were held up in Charlotte. An armed man loitering at a polling site was arrested and charged with trespassing, according to Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police. Justin Dunn, 36, was legally carrying a firearm, but stayed at the site after voting just a little longer than he needed to, which prompted a precinct official to call the police to the scene. That seems to be just one of the many problems that were happening today while people were voting. Now, the polling places that opened late, one site was in Cabarrus County, one in Guilford County, two in Sampson County, and of course, as we told you earlier, the delays were partly due to issues with printers or some of the electronic equipment. The extensions, which only apply to the individual precincts and not other sites in those counties, range from about 17 minutes to 45 minutes and match the extra time it took to get them open. Well, it's 8 o'clock, and that means that the following polls have closed: Alabama, Connecticut, Delaware, the District of Columbia, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Tennessee. They have all now closed their polling places and will begin counting up their polls. I want to thank again one of our sponsors tonight, Domino's Pizza. You can enjoy these super deals from Domino's. You can get two large two-topping pizzas for only $9.99. They have the brand new cheeseburger and the taco pizza, large, for only $11.99. Any large specialty pizza, $12.99. Two medium two-topping pizzas with Parmesan bread bites, $17.99. There are two locations to serve you. Of course, 114 South Washington Street in Rutherford or 372 South Broadway in Forest City. Domino's Pizza serving you delivery, carry out, or curbside service, and not like they will not slingshot it through your window. They will walk it to your car. Domino's is a proud supporter of WCAB 2020 election returns, and we appreciate Domino's Pizza for helping us to bring you 2020 election from the lobby here at WCAB. We'll take a break and we'll be back, and maybe we'll get some election results in, and we'll take a couple of minutes, and we're broadcasting live. Elections, 2020 elections here on WCAB.
Computers are a great asset to all, but when they go on the blink, it puts us all in a bad mood. When this happens, be sure to call the professional team of technicians at Connor Computer Consultants. The CCC can get your computer up and running in no time with their excellent in-store repair service. They can also come to your home or place of business. They also offer new machines and laptops, networking equipment, and computer parts. Connor Computer is now back to normal business hours, open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They're located at 142 West Court Street in Rutherford, or call 828-287-0003.
I got my flu shot. Did you? That's right. It's that time of year again. Flu shot season. Medicine Box of Rutherford would like to remind you that the best defense against influenza is a flu vaccine. We have the standard dose vaccine and a high dose vaccine for those 65 years old and older. The Centers for Disease Control recommends a yearly flu vaccine as the first and most important step against flu viruses. Remember, don't let the flu get you down. Prevent it with an influenza vaccine. Come visit the Medicine Box of Rutherford at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherford, or give us a call at 828-287-7117.
Whether you're buying or selling, downsizing or expanding, relocating or vacationing, RE/MAX Journey agents have the tools and experience to help you to go from sale to sold. That's why no one sells more homes than RE/MAX. Don't worry, they've done this a million times. Download the new RE/MAX app today. Visit the local RE/MAX Journey team at 121 Laurel Drive in Rutherford or call them at 828-395-2222.
Each office independently owned and operated.
If you need a legal consultation regarding wills, real estate, closings, Medicaid planning, or just legal representation, contact attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Kent Baldwin, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm on East Court Street in Rutherford. They offer years of experience and expertise. Arledge Law Firm is your local professional law firm that really cares about their clients, and it shows. Whatever the situation you're facing, call 828-287-3338. Let the professional team go to work for you.
Call on Bostic Flowers for all your floral needs. Choose from many selections of tropicals, dish gardens, contemporary, or traditional arrangements. Silk, dried, or fresh cut. They offer fruit baskets, gift baskets, and much more. Bostic Flowers will host a Christmas open house November the 12th and 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., and again on Saturday, November the 14th from 8:30 a.m. until 12:30. Stop in and be a part of a Bostic Flowers Christmas open house celebration. They're at 196 North Main Street in Bostic, or call 245-2884 for more information. Make your home a showcase with home decor from the Burnt Chimney Gifts and Decor. Beautiful selection of handcrafted wreaths, collectibles, wooden flags, re-loved chic furniture, hand-poured candles, jams, and jellies. Tons of gorgeous seasonal items and decor. Handmade crafts made with love from many local artists. Also, they now have locally made jewelry made by many talented artists right here in Rutherford County. So shop local. Shop the Burnt Chimney, located at 483 South Broadway in Forest City, or call them at 828-803-2565.
We return you now to more Election 2020 results with Jim and Lou.
Well, thank you, Christian. And as I'm checking over in McDowell County, our neighbor, to see what's happening over there, there were 29,895 ballots cast, and they have no returns in yet in McDowell County either. Going into, not that I don't believe there's any, some of these that will affect ours, but to give you an idea of, in Cleveland County, our neighbor in Cleveland County, 67,727 ballots were cast in Cleveland County. Coming back to Rutherford County, my finger's bigger than these little buttons are. Coming back to Rutherford County, there were 45,948 ballots cast in Rutherford County, and we still have no precincts reporting in. We have 17 precincts to wait on tonight, and no precincts have reported to the North Carolina Board of Elections. Now, we were talking just a few minutes ago about the South Carolina election. One that has drawn a lot of attention here in North Carolina. It's the race with Democrat Jamie Harrison and Lindsey Graham. Now, this is being considered one of the tightest races for the U.S. Senate in quite a while. Graham, who has served as a senator since 2003, is facing a tough re-election. Harrison, a former Democratic National Committee official, gained national attention and increasing popularity in the historically red state. The polling data site Real Clear Politics changed its forecast of the race from leans to GOP to toss-up back in September. The latest poll conducted from October the 27th to November the 1st found Graham had a 3-point lead over Harrison, 49-46. The Republican saw his chances increase since the prior week's poll, which showed the two candidates as tied, both receiving 46% of the voter support. Now, a morning consult survey conducted between October the 22nd and the 31st found Graham leading a narrow margin as 46% of the voters said they would support him compared to the 44% who chose Harrison. Now, people say one thing, and when they're in the voting booth, they do something else, as we all know. A poll conducted by the East Carolina University on October the 24th and 25th also shows Graham ahead by 2 points, receiving 49% of the voters' support compared to Harrison's 47%. Now, South Carolina, their polls closed at 7 o'clock. And in South Carolina, more than 1.3 million residents already mailed their ballots in. 1.3 million mailed their ballots in. That according to the U.S. Election Project. Still waiting on something, but we've waited longer than this before. We have waited until almost 10 o'clock just to get 2 or 3 precincts to report in. And it looks like it's going to be one of those nights.
Our numbers are picking up, and folks are tuning in on the website. They're looking in this beautiful broadcast house tonight. I sure hope they weren't looking a while ago when I was on the floor.
Yeah.
On my knees with my exterior shining toward the camera. I knocked my cup over with ice, chair wide. I was trying to clean up the ice, clean it up, and I realized I forgot we were on camera. And all of a sudden I realized I'm glad I had my pants up, so I can say.
No plumber's crack.
That's right. Well, I thought it'd be a little fun to, since we got some waiting time, to ask a few little election day trivia.
Oh, Lord. Did this pay back for what I did to you?
Why a Tuesday in November?
Why a Tuesday in November?
Did any of you in the house know that? Why a Tuesday in November? Why do we do elections on Tuesday in November? They don't know either. Ding, there goes the bell. 1792, law officially designated this day as election day each year because this guaranteed that no more than 34 days could pass between the first Wednesday in December, which is when the Electoral College met to vote on the president and vice president. An early November date was also considered a wise idea because it enabled more voters to go to the polls. Back then, most Americans were farmers, so this date ensured that farmers weren't trying to find time to vote during the busy harvest season, but the date wasn't so late in the year that voters needed to battle winter storm while they walked, rode horses, or drove buggies to the polls, so that's why the Tuesday in November. President Zachary Taylor never once voted prior to his election. President Zachary Taylor never voted prior to his electoral victory. He never voted and kept his political beliefs a secret all up into his 1848 election. So obviously there was not a lot of bickering between the two parties. It looked like it had CNN, ABC, CBS, and all those kind of things back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No TV back in those days?
No. You have something?
I do. We do have 2 out of 17 precincts reporting in, and this is Rutherford County. And I am assuming this may be probably and since I don't have the papers like we used to get at the annex, I'm assuming this is probably the early vote and maybe Rutherford. I don't know where they are. Anyway, in the presidential election, Donald Trump with 18,606, Joe Biden 7,767. In the U.S. Senate, Tom Tillis, 17,761. Cal Cunningham, 7,729. In the U.S. House of Representatives, Virginia Foxx, 10,783. David Wilson Brown, 4,288. Jeff Gregory, 253. In the House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 7,293. Mo Davis, 3,312. For the North Carolina Governor, Dan Forrest, 17,549. Roy Cooper, 8,742. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, 18,499. Yvonne Lewis Hawley, 7,766. Jim O'Neill, for the North Carolina Attorney General, 18,141. Josh Stein, 8,084. In the North Carolina Secretary of State, N.C. Sykes, 17,802. Elaine Marshall, 8,300. In some of the local elections, let's scroll down through past a lot of this. Here we go. Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 2, Greg Lovelace, 18,178. Susie Bostic, 7,812. And the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 3, David Hunt, 17,612. Jerry Weiss, 8,362. Of course, running unopposed was Philip Morrow on the Rutherford County Board of Education with 21,159. Also unopposed, Board of Election, Angel King, 21,511. Also unopposed, Board of Education, Tracy Short, 21,041. And the Rachel Thomas, of course, she will keep her seat. She ran unopposed the Register of Deeds, 21,149. In the Rutherford County Board of Education District 3, Rick Ficklin with 20,995, and he also is running unopposed. Those are the local, the judge, Corey McKinnon, 20,676. He's unopposed. Tommy Davis, also unopposed, 21,407. North Carolina House of Representatives, District 112, David Rogers, 18,396. Ed Halliburton, 7,492. North Carolina Senate, District 47, Ralph Heiss, 17,905. David Wheeler, 8,062. In the North Carolina Appeals Judge Seat 13, Jefferson Griffin, 18,098. Chris Brooks, 7,797. So that's a look at the beginning. That's just two precincts. Those large numbers that have come in right now with just the two precincts, Trump 18,616 and Biden 7,767.
That must be some of the early votes rather than precinct, and that gives you an indication how heavy this election has been, because that many votes out of just those gives you an indication that it's a lot of people have voted today. I believe that probably was maybe the early votes.
I would say the early vote and mail-in, I imagine, absentee.
I don't have it showing on my computer, so I can't help you there at all. But that's an indication of where we're going with this election. And I suspect now that they have posted those and the polls are closed across North Carolina now. It's 8:20. Polls are closed, so we should be getting some finality in some of these races and some of these precincts here in the county. As you recall, we've talked about this, particularly on my morning show, we talked about this, how the numbers changed so drastically in the past couple of years with more Republicans registered now in the county than there are Democrats. A number of years ago, it was quite the opposite. I can remember when the Democrats outnumbered the Republicans by 4-1. Now it is completely opposite from that, and the Republicans in this county have won strong the last two elections perhaps, and it looks like they're going to do that here again. So that's an early indication of what the rest of the evening is going to be like, I believe.
Yes, we're as I said, we're still just two. Just out of curiosity, taking a look over at some of our neighbors, McDowell County, of course, still has
nothing relates to us except that judge.
That judge.
Running unopposed.
Yeah, that's running unopposed. Okay. But just out of curiosity, Donald Trump out of McDowell County right now, they have just their early voting right now, 12,173 for Trump in McDowell County, Biden 4,837. So it does look as if Trump is going to take North Carolina, us being the battleground state.
Georgia looks like Georgia right now at 17% expected to vote at 56% for Donald Trump at this point in time. Stuart, do you have some of those numbers from the early projections that you can talk to us about? Over here to the microphone. Some of those early projections, these of course are not final, these are projections. Stuart's been following some of those.
Looks like some of the southern states are still trending toward red for President Trump. Looks like Georgia has been changing colors all evening so far. So has Florida. Georgia has 16 electoral votes and Florida has 29. So those are really important for either candidate to get. It looks like I'm having a discrepancy between what we see on TV for ABC and what we see online for Virginia. It looks like Virginia was trending toward Donald Trump.
but online it looks like they're calling it for Biden. We'll have to wait and see how many precincts really came in for those. You're starting to see some of those states on the other side of Mississippi. The polls are closing and looking like Indiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri, Oklahoma are coming in red for Donald Trump, whereas Illinois, Kansas is still trending blue, and Texas is actually still trending blue right now. So that's just what's happening. It's changing minute by minute, Jim, and I'll keep you posted as we see anything change.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, we are now up to 10 out of 17 precincts reporting in Rutherford County. 30,000 ballots out of 45,000 are in now. And it is telling us 10 of 17 precincts
Yeah, good.
reported.
They're coming in.
They're coming in quick. Donald Trump, 21,624. Joe Biden, 8,520. Tom Tillis, 20,573. Kyle Cunningham, 8,502. Virginia Fox for the U.S. House of Representatives, 12,627. David Wilson Brown, 4,721. And the U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 8,314. Mo Davis, 3,629. For Governor, Dan Forrest, 20,395. Roy Cooper, 9,666. For Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson, 21,484. Yvonne Lewis Hawley, 8,531. North Carolina Attorney General Jim O'Neill, 21,049. Josh Stein, 8,900. For the coming down into some of our local elections, and they're all the way down. I have to go all the way down to the bottom. It never fails. All the way to the bottom. Okay, Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 2. Greg Lovelace, 21,027. Susie Bostic, 8,655. Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 3. Dave Hunt, 20,309. Jerry Weiss, 9,349. Of course, Philip Morrow for the Board of Education. He ran unopposed.
Angel King ran unopposed.
Tracy Short, unopposed. Rutherford County Board of Education, also Rick Ficklin was also unopposed. Rachel Thomas, Register of Deeds, she will keep her seat. She also ran unopposed. And the Rutherford Soil and Water Conservation, Ronald Hawkins, 22,938, and 361 write-in votes on that one. But we don't know who they were. But taking it back up again, this is 10 out of 17 of the precincts reporting in. Not yet 8:30. 8:30, we will be looking at Arkansas. Polls closing in Arkansas at 8:30.
One of the things to note about the school board race, particularly this time, this will be the first time in history probably that the Rutherford County Board of Education will be completely Republican. John Mark Bennett, who is the sole Democrat, that he decided not to run this time, so he's stepping down, retiring after many years of great service. And with the newcomers, Angel King, and the other, his name is left me, but anyway, Tracy Short. Tracy Short, they'll be coming on the board as newcomers, so that makes the Rutherford County Board of Education completely Republican. And depending on how the commissioner vote goes, it could be that the Republican county commissioners could be the same way. Because Eddie Holland, who was the sole Democrat on the Republican or on the commissioner board, chose not to run. He's retiring. There is a Democrat running for that seat against David Hunt, who is seeking that seat. So should David win that seat, it'll be Republicans who control the Rutherford County commissioners.
And one of the questions I was asked today, folks, we're sorry, but we can't tell you who is winning throughout the day. That's just, we have to wait until the polls close. But I was asked what happened to Cosmo, that he was on the ballot back in March, and then now he wasn't on the ballot now.
I can explain that. When Cosmo filed for that seat, he was, of course, part of the primary. Then he realized that he had moved out of the district. He was not in the district that he signed up to run for. So he had to drop out of the race. So the Republican Executive Committee had to appoint his replacement. So they appointed Dave Hunt to replace Cosmo Pennell's seat. So Dave had to run in his general election. Cosmo after said and done, he was out of the district that he filed for.
And it was just a few feet he had moved down the road. It took him
Not
out of the
very far at all,
district.
but he was out of the district, so he had to drop out of the race.
And Cosmo actually won his seat that night. Right in the last few minutes, when as the results were coming in, Cosmo had been behind anywhere from 500 to 250 votes throughout the evening, and then all of a sudden, boom, Cosmo had won. And then days later is when we learned that he would have to, that he would not be able to keep that because of the fact that he had moved just a few feet, moved into a house a few feet that took him out of his district. Again, we're still just 10 out of 17, and we may be out of here before 9:30 tonight at this rate. 10 of 17 precincts reporting in. Donald Trump with 21,624. Joe Biden 8,520. Howie Hawkins 54. Don Blankenship 48. Joe Jorgensen 175. If those of you who are interested in those. Tom Tillis leading Cal Cunningham, 20,573 for Tillis. Cunningham, 8,502. Again, Virginia Fox, 12,627. David Brown, 4,721. Madison Cawthorn, 8,314. Mo Davis, 3,629. Dan Forrest, the Republican, for the North Carolina governor's race, 20,395 over the incumbent Roy Cooper, 9,666. Now, a lot of people wondered about this governor's race. Roy Cooper, did his actions during COVID, was that going to affect his race in any way? A lot of people thought he was taking things too far with the phases, putting us in phase 1, keeping us there too long, where he could have possibly moved into phase 2. And it looks like that it did affect his.
That was the argument on both sides. Those who were on his side thought he did a great job, and then those who opposed because they said he tightened too much, closed it down too much, he wouldn't let go. And some of the small businesses had to go out of business because he couldn't survive under that shutdown. So that's why maybe he hurt himself. And his issues on some of the social issues also turned the conservative voter, even the Democrat conservative, turned it against him. So that's where he stands. How's he doing in North Carolina?
North Carolina overall. You go ahead and let me get to that point.
We're looking for more. They're coming in quite fast, to be honest with you. And we hope to have the tallies real quick. We'll take a little break. This is Election 2020 Returns right here on WCAB.
For your next meal, enjoy an award-winning meal from Circle B Barbecue, located at 135 West Main Street in Spindale. You can order from a full menu like appetizers to baskets, plates, or sandwiches of pulled pork, pulled chicken, or brisket. Enjoy delicious sides and desserts. Kid menus are available. If you have a special event coming up, call on Circle B Barbecue for all your catering needs. All menu items plus custom orders are available. Call 828-395-2148 or visit them on the web at circlebarbecue.com. That's Circle B Barbecue, 135 West Main Street in Spindale.
Henson Building Materials is returning to our regular days and hours to better serve the fast-growing building needs of the Forest City area. Our hours will be 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We'll still be taking safety measures, cleaning, wearing masks, and social distancing, all while our friendly and knowledgeable staff will be taking your orders on a variety of building, remodeling, and DIY projects. With the combined experience of over 50 years, Jamie Earls, Terry Dunaway, and Randy Harrell in our 10,000 square foot showroom will get you in and out, loaded and back to your project, all with the flexibility in ordering. And while you're at it, visit our Homeworks by Henson showroom with our 2 designers for all of your kitchen and bath cabinet and countertop design needs. Time to get out, get busy, and visit Henson Building Materials. Building starts here.
Are you in the market for farm equipment? So now is the perfect time to see the boys at East Rutherford Equipment. They have quality equipment exclusively by Mahindra. Mahindra offers a heavier lift capacity with stronger parts for the toughest of jobs. Stop in today and see Doyle or Tommy Hollifield at East Rutherford Equipment, 153 Hamrick Road in Ellenboro, or give them a call at 453-0090. Mahindra, and East Rutherford Equipment, a good combination.
For quality service and reliable care for your vehicle, make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. When the seasons change, so should your tires. Head on over for a quick and easy tire change. When you need service on your car, don't settle for anything less than the best quality service. Make the right choice with Horns Tire and Auto. Terry Horn and his team know how to help you out at the right price and on your timetable. That's Horns Tire and Auto Service, 370 Main Street in Ellenboro, or call them at 828-453-7444.
Saving money is easy when you shop at Jay's Discount Grocery. From snack foods to vegetables, fresh fruits to fresh cut meats, paper products, cleaning supplies, dog food, and so much more. You know, you just never know what you'll find at Jay's. So shop and save today. They're located at 671 Oak Street in Forest City, right beside the Hospice Resale Store. You know, when you shop at Jay's, you always walk out with money left over in your pocket.
I got my flu shot. Did you? That's right, it's that time of year again, flu shot season. Medicine Box of Rutherford would like to remind you that the best defense against influenza is a flu vaccine. We have the standard dose vaccine and a high dose vaccine for those 65 years old and older. The Centers for Disease Control recommends a yearly flu vaccine as the first and most important step against flu viruses. Remember, don't let the flu get you down. Prevent it with an influenza vaccine. Come visit the Medicine Box of Rutherford at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherford, or give us a call at 828-287-7117.
We now return you to more election 2020 results with Jim and Lou.
Well, I flipped over to North Carolina in general and looking to see what how things were going throughout the state of North Carolina. I did not know we had this many precincts in North Carolina, 2,662 precincts. There are 293 reporting right now. Out of those 293 precincts reporting in, 2,047,434 votes for Biden. For Donald Trump, 1,765,473 votes for Donald Trump. So right now in the state of North Carolina, Joe Biden has 53% of the vote, Donald Trump with 45% of the vote, and that is with, like I said, 293 out of 2,662 precincts reporting in.
And North Carolina is one of those swing states that's important for Donald Trump to win if he's going to win re-election in this respect.
It's been called the battleground state.
Yes. Let me mention a couple of other things before we get into that.
Okay.
So a lot of folks are interested in how the courts are going to stack up because right at the present time there's only one Republican owns the Supreme Court. And there's someone running. Paul Newby is Chief Justice, and he's being challenged by Sherry Beasley. And right now here in Rutherford County, anyway, he has 20,885 votes. Sherry has 8,929. Bill Berger Jr. is running for Associate Justice, seat number 2. He has 21,098. And Lucy Inman, who's the Democrat running against him, has 8,663. Now, Supreme Court Justice, seat number 4. I don't know these folks, but the Republican candidate, Tamara Barringer, 21,066, and Mark Davis, who's the Democrat, 669. The Court of Appeals Judge seat number 4, Republican candidate April Wood with 21,138. Tricia Shills, 8,504, and there's the North Carolina Court of Appeals Judge seat number 5. Fred Gore, the Republican candidate, that's 21,020. Lori Christine Kubich, 8,579. The Court of Appeals Judge seat number 6. A lot of judges on this ballot. Chris Dillon, Republican, 21,209, and Ray Stiers with 8,375. And there's the Court of Appeals Judge seat number 7. Jeff Carpenter, Republican, 21,000. Ruben F. Young, 8,377. Appeals Judge seat 13. Jefferson Griffin, the Republican, 20,975. Chris Brock with 8,574. So that's how the judge seat. We won't talk about those very much because that's a statewide thing, but that gives you an indication of how Rutherford County is going to their judge seat. And of course, the Republicans are winning strongly. And Ralph Heiss in that Senate race is winning strongly over David Wheeler, 20,729 votes, Deputy 6, and that's with how many precincts is that with?
Right now, I'm up to 401 out of 2,662 precincts reporting in. No, I'm in the state of North Carolina right now. I'm still holding the state. I refreshed it. I had 262 precincts reporting in. I'm up to 401 precincts reporting in. With Joe Biden leading with 2,076, 2,076,155 votes. Joe Biden. Donald Trump, 1,808,608 votes in the state of North Carolina. As I said, that's 401 precincts reporting in. So right now, North Carolina is Carolina Blue. Cal Cunningham was 1,983,706. Tom Tillis, 1,762,377. Looking on, let's see, Virginia Fox. 154,680, David Wilson, 83,696, and that Patrick McHenry, that for the U.S. House of Representatives, 207,153, David Parker, 98,864. For the House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 199,383, Mo Davis, 174,108. And let me refresh and see if there have been updates just since I gave you that. 491 out of 2,662 precincts reporting in, and this is the state of North Carolina, the entire state of North Carolina that are reported in right now. This is 4,001,821 votes out of 7,359,798. Joe Biden leading with 2,094,739 votes. Donald Trump, 1,840,811. I'm going to take it back to Rutherford County. And
since you guys have state of North Carolina, do you have the governor's race?
Oh, yeah, forgot that one. Let me go down through here. Bad thing is you got to find them. No, this one. This is the all the federal. I'll have to look at get back to the states. Hold on a second. Look on states. We always have fun on election night. It's always it's a wait and see, and then when things start moving, they start moving really, really fast. And then when things slow down, they slow down really, really a lot. Jim,
while we're looking that up for the state, who has those precincts available for the state in terms of the gubernatorial race, let's take another break. This is Elections 2020 Returns here on WCAB.
For delicious Italian food straight from an Italian kitchen, visit
To Arledge Law Firm at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherford.
We return now with more 2020 election results with Jim and Lou.
Well, we're about 15 minutes away from a few more states that will be closing their polls: Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming all will be closing their polls in about 15 minutes. And again, too, want to remind you about these great specials at Domino's Pizza. 2 large, 2-topping pizzas for only $9.99. Brand new cheeseburger and a taco pizza large for only $11.99. Any large specialty pizza, $12.99. 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas with Parmesan bread bites, $17.99. 2 locations to serve you at South Washington Street in Rutherford or on Broadway in Forest City. Domino's, serving you delivery, carry-out, or curbside service, and they are a proud supporter of WCAB 2020 election returns. And back to Rutherford County, we are now looking at 14 of 17. Let me refresh one more time to double check, because as I said, when they start coming in, they start coming in quickly. And yeah, we are at 14 of 17 with Donald Trump, 22,788. Joseph Biden, 8,811. For U.S. Senate, Tom Tillis, 21,654. Cal Cunningham, 8,794. For the U.S. House of Representatives, Virginia Fox, 12,953. David Wilson Brown, 4,899. U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 9,089. Mo Davis, 3,743. For Governor, Dan Forrest, 21,476. Roy Cooper, 10,026. For Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson, 22,631. Yvonne Lewis Hawley, 8,826. For North Carolina Attorney General, Jim O'Neill, 22,173. Josh Stein, 9,214. For the Secretary of State, E.C. Sykes, 21,963. Elaine Marshall, 9,482. And the North Carolina Supreme Court Chief Justice seat, Paul Newby, 22,003. Cherry Beasley, 9,245. In the North Carolina Senate District 47, Ralph Heiss, 21,827. David Brian Wheeler, 9,232. House of Representatives, District 112, David Rogers, 22,444. Ed Halliburton, 8,512. Of course, Tommy Davis in the Judge District Seat 29A, unopposed. Corey McKinnon, also unopposed. Greg Lovelace in the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners race, District 2. Greg Lovelace, 22,137. Susie Bostic, 8,969. Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 3, David Hunt, 21,380. Jerry Weiss, 9,700. And the Board of Education at large, Philip Morrow, unopposed. Angel King, also unopposed. Tracy Short, Rick Finklin, also running unopposed. In the Rutherford County Register of Deeds, Rachel Thomas will keep her job as the Register of Deeds, as she ran unopposed, with 25,596 votes, and the Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor, Ronald Hawkins, 24,064, and that is with 14 out of 17 precincts reporting in. And one more time before I hand it back over to Jim, double checking to see if we've gotten any more in. And no, we are still at 14 out of 17 precincts reporting in. And again, I want to remind you about Domino's Pizza. Domino's is helping to bring election coverage tonight here at WCAB. You can get 2 large 2-topping pizzas for only $9.99 each. Brand new cheeseburger and taco pizza, large, for only $11.99. Any large specialty pizza, $12.99. 2 medium 2-topping pizzas with Parmesan bread bites, $17.99. 2 locations, South Washington Street in Rutherford or South Broadway in Forest City. And they are a proud supporter of helping bring election coverage tonight on WCAB.
interesting thing about these candidates running unopposed, like the school board candidates like Philip Morrow, Angel King, Tracy Short, and Rick Ficklin, they all received about 25,000 votes apiece. Not very much different. 25,634 for Philip, 25,979 for Angel, 25,502 for Tracy, 25,417 for Rick. So they're all within that 25,000 range, with just a few votes different in that aspect, running unopposed in that respect. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Yet the Republicans voted that strong for them anyway. And Tommy Davis, of course, running unopposed as the Superior Court judge. He received 25,903 votes. David Rogers, 22,444. But Ed Halliburton got 8,517 of his votes. Ralph Heiss ran away with it over David Wheeler, 21,827, and David Wheeler, 9,232. They went up against each other 2 years ago, and Ralph beat him substantially in that race as well. Now, we don't know how it shapes up with the other counties with Ralph Heiss and David Wheeler. Now, Ralph Heiss is from Spruce Pine, and David Wheeler is up there close to that, I believe, in that same area. They have those mountain counties and have to be added in to Rutherford County's balancing. Over 21,827 votes for Ralph here in Rutherford County. He's probably going to walk away with that again. So it's been a pretty good race so far for all of these folks. We're trying to find out from the statewide run here exactly what's happening with the gubernatorial race. We're trying to figure that out. Of course, in Rutherford County, Dan Forrest has run away with it. Roy Cooper, but that's just one county out of hundreds. So we don't know exactly how that's shaping up, but it is going to be interesting. We'll, of course, have these results in the morning if you have to feel like you've got to go to bed, and it is about bedtime for some of us. But we'll have all those ballots. Ballots cast so far in the county, 69.78%. 64 out of 45,000 votes have been cast here in the county, and that is it's pretty good.
Okay. Out of the precincts reporting, out of 2,662 precincts reporting, 778 precincts reporting in. Roy Cooper leading with 2,310,711. That's the entire state of North Carolina. Dan Forrest with 1,866,453. North Carolina Attorney General Josh Stein with 2,214,888. Jim O'Neill with 1,955,440. And the North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture, Steve Troxler, 2,112,596. Jenna Wadsworth, 2,036,991. And the North Carolina Secretary of State, Elaine Marshall, 2,244,188. E.C. Sykes, 1,905,630 votes. Now, if you look at the state elections, or the state returns coming in, most of the leaders are the Democrats, except Steve Troxler, of course, Republican, and Mike Causey running for North Carolina Commissioner of Insurance. But in the governor's race, Roy Cooper leads Dan Forrest. He is the Democrat. Yvonne Hawley, North Carolina Lieutenant Governor, leading in the state. She is also a Democrat. Josh Stein, a Democrat, for North Carolina Attorney General. The Commissioner of Insurance is Democrat. Steve Troxler is Republican. Elaine Marshall, for North Carolina Secretary of State, she is a Democrat. And the Superintendent of Public Instruction, Jen Mangrum, is Democrat. So state-wide numbers are leaning more to Democrat, but when we bring it back to Rutherford County, looking at the county election, Rutherford County is going more Republican. And let me get back to Rutherford County and see where we're standing right now as far as We are still with 14 out of 17 precincts reporting in, with Donald Trump leading with 22,788, Joe Biden with 8,811, Tom Tillis, 21,654, Cal Cunningham, 8,794, Virginia Fox, U.S. House of Representatives, leading 12,953, David Wilson Brown with 4,899, U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 9,089, Mo Davis, 3,743, and all of these leaders are Republican. Dan Forrest, the Republican, 21,476, Roy Cooper, 10,026, Steve Troxler, the Republican, with 22,760, Jenna Wadsworth, 8,094. For the going on down, some of these associate justice seats, some of you may be interested in, and when we get to the end, I will give all those numbers, but right now we'll go with what the local stuff. Also, the Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 2, Greg Lovelace, the Republican, with 22,137, Susie Bostick, 8,969, and this is Susie's first time running for office, so she congratulations to her for running, but of course she is behind Greg Lovelace. But still, anything can happen. As I've always said, anything can happen in the bottom of the ninth inning. It can happen when the 17th precinct gets in here. David Hunt, the Republican, 21,380. Jerry Weiss, 9,700. And, of course, the Rutherford County Board of Education, Philip Morrow, Board of Education District 1, Angel King, Board of Education Tracy Short, Rick Finklin, the Board of Education District 3. All of those ran unopposed, and Rachel Thomas also ran unopposed, and Rachel Thomas with 25,596 votes.
Speaking of Rachel Thomas, come over here, girl. Just walked in the door and she run a really tough race there, Rachel. Congratulations.
I know. I'm very thankful. For no opposition. It was great.
How's that feel to run on a post?
It feels great. 4 years ago was a different story. It's a lot of work. So it felt great to not have opposition. And I can just go to work every day and continue to get projects done.
What are some of the things you're working on over there? You told me the other day that you're doing accomplishing some pretty good things.
We are. It seems like there's always a project. I'm going to roll out a couple of things, new programs, that I haven't announced yet. So I'll get back in touch with you on those. But it is good it'll serve the citizens, these two programs. But gosh, we're just staying busy.
Is this going to open new jobs, or this just be jobs that will be for employees that are already there?
It'll just be for us, although we struggle days to keep up. The real estate is great right now.
I was going to ask you how the COVID thing affects real estate and all of that.
Well, I don't know about the county, but the Register of Deeds office, we have stayed steady for months. We say that some areas of the county there can't be any property left to buy or sell. So it's been busy for us, which is great. So, but we still try to get our projects done in between. But it's hard to do some of those projects when you work on those in your downtime. We don't have a lot of downtime. But that's okay. I mean, we like it.
Yeah. They tell me doing real estate business because if they have more property, more houses they can sell.
Yes. It is unbelievable, the turnover, and the attorneys are buried. And, of course, we get the other end of their work. So, but it's a good thing. The surveyors are busy. I don't think they've recorded and done as many classes in a long time. So it's a good thing. Just for the county.
Other than registry, what else is it?
We house all the vital records for the county, which a great thing. The Rutherford Regional has opened the birthing center again. So that was a great thing to happen this year. We lost that, and we house all the births for the county. So we're happy to have that back. I think they opened up September 1st. So we keep those, the death certificates. We issue all marriage licenses for the county. We house all the military discharges, all the surveys for the county. So what we do. We do a lot, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy it. I have a great staff. I couldn't get these projects accomplished without this great staff that I have. So if any of them are listening, thank you. We love it. We enjoy it.
Congratulations, Dory.
Thank you very much.
Just fine.
Thank you very much. I'll take it. I'm excited.
Pleasure, Thomas. I guess she stopped by and of course, ran unopposed and did a great job with her numbers of votes that she received this time. It's been an interesting evening so far. We're still not finished yet, so hang around. This is Elections 2020 Returns here on WCAB.
100.9 FM and 590 AM. You are tuned in and listening to WCAB Rutherfordton. For delicious food on the go, drop by Wayne's Lunchbox and choose from burgers, sandwiches, chicken salad plates, calabash or grilled chicken tenders, BLTs, clubs, fresh salads, and more. They're now taking pre-orders for Thanksgiving dinner: ham, turkey, dressing, vegetables, and pie. Deadline for those orders is November 20th. Also ask about the family meal deal for 10. Let Wayne's Lunchbox do all the cooking for your holiday. Also, a full menu Christmas catering will be available. Wayne's Lunchbox at 391 East Main Street in Spindale, or call 828-395-2225.
Whether you're buying or selling, downsizing or expanding, relocating or vacationing, RE/MAX Journey agents have the tools and experience to help you to go from sale to sold. That's why no one sells more homes than RE/MAX. Don't worry, they've done this a million times. Download the new RE/MAX app today. Visit the local RE/MAX Journey team at 121 Laurel Drive in Rutherford, or call them at 828-395-2222.
Each office independently owned and operated.
Attention deer hunters, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply has your deer hunting supplies, including Deluxe, $34 for 50 pounds, Early Draw, $27 for 25 pounds, and Supreme Fall, $32.50 for 50 pounds. Deer corn, 50-pound bag, $7. Check on the farm equipment available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at their lowest prices. In stock, case knives, 10% off. Ask about discounts on River Run dog food and many more special prices when you shop Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whitesides Road, Rutherford. Give them a call at 828-287-3272.
Make your home a showcase with home decor from the Burnt Chimney Gifts and Decor. Beautiful selection of handcrafted wreaths, collectibles, wooden flags, re-loved chic furniture, hand-poured candles, jams, and jellies. Tons of gorgeous seasonal items and decor. Handmade crafts made with love from many local artists. Also, they now have locally made jewelry made by many talented artists right here in Rutherford County. So shop local. Shop the Burnt Chimney, located at 483 South Broad. Beside the hospice resale store. You know, when you shop at Jay's, you always walk out with money left over in your pocket.
We return you now to more 2020 election returns coverage with Jim and Lou.
Thank you, Christian. We are recording 14 of 17 precincts reporting in. With me right now is the chairman of the Republican Party in Rutherford County, Dick McCallum. Dick, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate the opportunity.
What do you think about the results of the Republican Party in Rutherford County? You feel good about that?
Well, it would be hard not to feel good about it. We now own the school board, we now own the county commission, we now own all of the offices in the courthouse, the sheriff, the register of deeds, clerk of court, district attorney. So it's hard not to feel good about it.
It definitely is a Republican county now in Rutherford County.
It clearly is. We pulled even with on voter registration, we pulled even with the Democrats in September of 2016. We're now somewhere in the vicinity of 7,000 ahead. So in the last 4 years, the voter registration has moved 7,000 in our direction. So it is pretty much a Republican county now. You kind of have to feel bad for the Democrats. They worked hard with this election. Like they spent some money. They had all those big billboards, put a lot of signs out. But their problem is they've got the same candidates year after year after year, and apparently not very exciting candidates for voters in Rutherford County. But what's worse is they have the same policies, and they keep promoting the same policies over and over again. The thing I find most troubling is that I was thinking a couple of days ago, LBJ back in 1965 announced the Great Society. We're going to end poverty in our lifetime. We've now spent $15 trillion. We have more poverty today than we did back then. At some point, got to stop and say, I wonder if what we're trying to do is not the wrong approach.
What do you make of the fact that so many folks have left the Democrat Party in Rutherford County? Speaking of that, the numbers have changed dramatically in the past couple of years.
Well, I've talked to a lot of Democrats who made that change, and they all say the same thing, that I didn't leave the party left me. You hear varying reasons why they've left. One of the real big ones is abortion, and I know at least one person who said to me that when he saw the New York legislature cheering because they had passed a post-birth abortion bill, that was it for him. He just that was it. He just couldn't stay with that party any longer after that. So it's not abortion; it's infanticide, is what it is.
Have you seen the numbers enough tonight to know did a lot of the independents who changed when the Democrats became independents or unaffiliated? Did most of them vote Republican?
I did a sample run. I have my own little technique for trying to determine how the unaffiliated might come out. And my guess is that somewhere in the range of 60 to 65% of the unaffiliated are voting Republican. I based that on how they vote in the primaries. I actually pulled all the numbers for the March 3rd primary to see how many of the unaffiliated voters voted in the Republican primary versus how many voted in the Democrat primary. That's in the 60 to 65% range, and I think that holds true for the general elections also.
Have you ever seen, in your years of being in politics, have you ever seen the excitement level for presidential candidate like we've had for Donald Trump?
You know, there was some of that kind of excitement when Ronald Reagan was president. You know, people didn't believe in 1980 that he would win that race against Jimmy Carter, and he did. And then in '84, there was some excitement, not like we see today. I mean, people are just going wild. Butler, Pennsylvania, he does a rally there, 57,000 people. Can you believe that? I mean, it's unbelievable.
You think he's going to win this 4 years again?
I'm pretty optimistic that he will. I think he will.
What about the state of North Carolina? Is Roy Cooper going to be defeated, or is he going to win another 4 years?
I don't have a good feel for that one. I don't know whether Cooper will win. I want to say Dan Forrest will win, but I just don't have a feel for it.
Looks like the Republican lieutenant governor candidate's going to win.
And he's a great candidate. Mark Robinson is. I've told this story before. I don't know if I've told it to you, but we have a son that lives in Lansing, Michigan, and we had Mark Robinson here as a speaker 3 years ago. And my wife told our son about Mark Robinson. He's in Lansing, Michigan. He said, "Oh, I love him. I see him on YouTube. I love that guy."
Yeah.
So,
He's sure won a lot of friends over the years.
He really
and
is.
not a politician. He
Yep,
just
that's
came
right.
forward as
Not a politician, but made a lot of. He seems like an all-around good guy, and I think really that's what he is. So.
The Republican headquarters in Rutherford has been sort of like the headquarters for Trump apparel. Is that going to continue to be for a while?
Well, we're going to shut down in January, but we'll probably continue that operation for a while. I would guess. If the market is there, and I suspect it will be there, I think we'll keep it running.
Congratulations on a successful election, all Republican County, and your leadership has been part of it.
Good. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate the opportunity.
Dick McCallum, the chairman of the Republican Party, and Rutherford County. Thanks for your time and coming by. Have yourself a bite of pizza that we'll be back if you like. Yeah. This is Election 2020 Returns here on WCAB.
For your next meal, enjoy an award-winning meal from Circle B Barbecue, located at 135 West Main Street in Spindale. You can order from a full menu like appetizers to baskets, plates, or sandwiches of pulled pork, pulled chicken, or brisket. Enjoy delicious sides and desserts. Kid menus are available. If you have a special event coming up, call on Circle B Barbecue for all your catering needs. All menu items plus custom orders are available. Call 828-395-2148 or visit them on the web at circlebarbecue.com. That's Circle B Barbecue, 135 West Main Street in Spindale.
Call on Bostic Floors for all your floral needs. Choose from many selections of tropicals, dish gardens, contemporary, or traditional arrangements. Silk, dried, or fresh cut. They offer fruit baskets, gift baskets, and much more. Bostic Floors will host a Christmas open house November the 12th and 13th, beginning at 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., and again on Saturday, November the 14th from 8:30 a.m. until 12:30. Stop in and be a part of a Bostic Floors Christmas open house celebration. They're at 196 North Main Street in Bostic, or call 245-2884 for more information. Computers are a great asset to all, but when they go on the blink, it puts us all in a bad mood. When this happens, be sure to call the professional team of technicians at Connor Computer Consultants. The CCC can get your computer up and running in no time with their excellent in-store repair service. They can also come to your home or place of business. They also offer new machines and laptops, networking equipment, and computer parts. Connor Computer is now back to normal business hours, open Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. They're located at 142 West Court Street in Rutherford, or call 828-287-0003.
Are you in the market for farm equipment? So now is the perfect time to see the boys at East Rutherford Equipment. They have quality equipment exclusively by Mahindra. Mahindra offers a heavier lift capacity with stronger parts for the toughest of jobs. Stop in today and see Doyle or Tommy Hollifield at East Rutherford Equipment, 153 Hamrick Road in Ellenboro, or give them a call at 453-0090. Mahindra and East Rutherford Equipment, a good combination.
Henson Building Materials is returning to our regular days and hours to better
in Ellenboro, or call them at 828-453-7444. And we now return you to more Election 2020 Returns with Jim and Lou.
Well, it is 9:15, and the following polls have closed. Arizona, Colorado, Kansas, some of their polls closed at 8 o'clock. Louisiana, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming all closed 15 minutes ago. Coming up at 10 o'clock, Iowa, Montana, Nevada, and Utah, this is Eastern time, will be closing their polls. Iowa, Montana, Nevada, and Utah. We are still looking at 14. Let me double check one more time. 14 out of 17 precincts reporting in Rutherford County. The Republican Donald Trump in the presidential election with 22,788 over Joseph Biden, 8,811. That's a difference of 13,977 votes. In the U.S. Senate, Tom Tillis with 21,654. Cal Cunningham with 8,794. To U.S. House of Representatives, Virginia Fox, 12,953. David Wilson Brown, 4,899. The U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 9,089. Mo Davis, 3,743. For Governor, Dan Forrest, 21,476. Roy Cooper, 10,276. Now, when I flip back to the state of North Carolina, with 1,282 precincts reporting in out of 2,662, we have in the presidential election with Biden leading Trump by 134,160 votes and Roy Cooper leading Dan Forrest by 388,297 votes. Now, according to the according to the Associated Press, President Donald Trump has won Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Arkansas. Joe Biden has won Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Virginia, and Vermont. And they're saying that the results were not a surprise, that Biden is very strong in the states that went for him, just as Trump is as strong in the states that he has won. Now, Trump has 61 electoral votes for winning these states. Biden has 85 electoral votes to his total. And we are still, with North Carolina being called the battleground state, they are both battling for it, North Carolina, and right now North Carolina leaning, the state of North Carolina, leaning toward Biden. And as I said, with a difference of 134,160 votes. That's not a lot, but there's still a lot of precincts still yet to come in. Now, there were 32,064 ballots cast in Rutherford County, and that's 32,064 votes out of 45,948 registered voters. Again, Donald Trump with 22,788, Joseph Biden 8,811, Tom Tillis 21,654 for the U.S. Senate, Cal Cunningham 8,794, U.S. House of Representatives, District 5, Virginia Fox 12,953, David Wilson Brown, the Democrat, with 4,899, Madison Cawthorn with the U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, 9,089, Mo Davis, 3,743. For Governor, Dan Forrest, 21,476, Roy Cooper, 10,026. Looking down to the North Carolina Lieutenant Governor, Mark Robinson, with 22,631. Yvonne Hawley, 8,826. North Carolina Attorney General Jim O'Neill, 22,173. Josh Stein, 9,214. In the North Carolina Commission of Labor, Josh Dobson, 22,229. Jessica Holmes with 8,964. In the North Carolina Court of Appeals judge seat, Jeff Carpenter, 22,340. Reuben Young, 8,663. North Carolina State District 47, Ralph Heiss, 21,827. David Bryan Wheeler, the Democrat, with 232. The House of Representatives, District 112, David Rogers, 22,444. Ed Halliburton, 8,517. North Carolina Superior Court Judge, District 29A, Tommy Davis. Corey McKinnon, both ran unopposed. The Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 2, Greg Lovelace with 22,137. Susie Bostick with 8,969. Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 3, David Hunt, 21,380. Jerry Weiss, 9,700. Rutherford County Board of Education at Large, Philip Morrow was unopposed. Rutherford County Board of Education, District 1, Angel King, unopposed. Rutherford County Board of Education, District 2, Tracy Short, unopposed. Rutherford County Board of Education, District 3, Rick Finklin, also unopposed. And Rachel Thomas, Rachel was here just a few minutes ago, so congratulations to Rachel. Looks as if she will also hang on to her seat because she ran unopposed. Right now with 25,596. The Rutherford Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor, Ronald Hawkins, also running unopposed, 24,064 votes. And there were 385 write-in votes, but of course we don't know who those were, who those write-in votes were for. But right now we are still holding at 14 of 17 precincts reporting in. I'm going to double check on that again. 14 out of 17. One more time, double check. 14 out of 17. Yes, that is still how it holds. Now, I'm going to go back to the state election. If you will hold on and give me just 1 second to be able to get back to that part. Right now, there are 1,440 precincts out of 2,662 reporting in, and Joseph Biden leading in the state of North Carolina for president, 2,380,984 votes over Donald Trump's 2,288,255. In the U.S. Senate, Cal Cunningham, 2,280,503 over Tom Tillis, 2,216,448. Now, both of those are the Democrats. And the U.S. House of Representatives, G.K. Butterfield, the Democrat, with 177,146 over Sandy Smith, 148,754. In the U.S. House of Representatives, District 5, the Republican, Virginia Foxx, with 235,646 over David Wilson Brown with 112,358. In the U.S. House of Representatives, District 10, the Republican, Patrick McHenry, with 258,232 over David Parker's 120,686. In the U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, the Republican, 235,297. Mo Davis, the Democrat, with 187,209. And in the U.S. House of Representatives, District 13, Ted Budd, the Republican, 227,813. Scott Huffman, 108,012 votes. Alma Adams, running for the U.S. House of Representatives, District 12, the Democrat, running unopposed for her seat, and 309,723. And that is how it adds up in the state election. 1,440 precincts reporting in out of 2,662. That's a lot of ballots casted. 4,750,655 ballots cast. Going to sneak back to Rutherford County and see if we've had any changes since I did move away for just right quick. And we are looking at Rutherford County. And Jim, don't go far. I'm almost done. And while it's refreshing and setting up, it looks like Donald Trump has won Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, South Carolina, and Arkansas. And Joe Biden has won Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Virginia, and Vermont. Trump takes 61 of the electoral votes for winning those states. Biden has 85. and right now we are still holding with Biden leading in North Carolina, and I'm going to have to refigure those because those that did change. However, when we're we're still with 14 of 17 precincts reporting in, with Donald Trump leading in Rutherford County, 22,788, Biden 8,811, difference of 13,977, and in the in the governor's race, Dan Forrest leading with 24,476, Roy Cooper with 10,026, a difference of 11,450 votes.
This is Elections 2020 returns here on WCAB.
For delicious Italian food straight from an Italian kitchen, visit Don's Italian Restaurant. Enjoy fresh salads, delicious homemade pasta dishes, oven-baked entrees, hot oven subs, and specialty pizzas. At Don's, all food is cooked to perfection. Don's Italian is a family-owned and operated business with years of experience, and they look forward to serving you. Hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10, and Sundays, 11 to 3. You can find Don's at 619 Oakland Road in Spindale or call for takeout at 828-288-3711.
Attention deer hunters, farmers.
$33.38. Let the professional team go to work for you.
We now return you to Election Returns 2020 with Jim and Lou.
Okay, I have just checked on the state elections with 1,568 precincts reporting in out of 2,662. Roy Cooper leading in the governor's race, 2,524,178 votes over Dan Forrest, 2,171,719. That's a difference of 352,459. if my adding is correct. Again, Roy Cooper, 2,524,178. Dan Forrest, 2,171,719. That is the in the entire state of North Carolina. Coming back to Rutherford County quickly, we are still with. Oh, we are done. We're done. 17 of 17 precincts reporting in Rutherford County. All 100% of the precincts have reported in. Donald Trump takes Rutherford County with 24,631. Joseph Biden with 9,049. Tom Tillis, 23,354 for U.S. Senate. Cal Cunningham, 9,056. For U.S. House of Representatives, District 5, Virginia Fox, 14,705. David Wilson Brown, 5,147. For U.S. House of Representatives, District 11, Madison Cawthorn, 9,089. Mo Davis, 3,743. For Governor, Dan Forrest, 23,201. Roy Cooper, 10,375. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, 24,424. Yvonne Lewis Holly, 9,095. North Carolina Attorney General Jim O'Neill, 23,951. Josh Stein, 9,492. For North Carolina Auditor Anthony Wayne Street, 23,756. Beth Wood, 9,424. North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture Steve Foxler with 24,855. Jenna Wadsworth, 8,753. For the Commissioner of Insurance, Mike Causey, 23,996. Wayne Goodwin, 9,126. Josh Dobson for the North Carolina Commissioner of Labor, 24,009. Jessica Holmes, 9,232. North Carolina Secretary of State, E.C. Sykes, 23,508. Elaine Marshall, 9,788. North Carolina Superintendent of Public Instruction, Catherine Truitt, 24,014. Jen Mangrum, 9,162. For Treasurer, Dale Folwell, 24,027. Ronnie Chatterjee, 9,054. Supreme Court Chief Justice seat, Paul Newby, 23,746. Cherry Beasley, 9,549. North Carolina Supreme Court Associate Justice seat, Bill Bergen Jr., 23,999. Lucy Inman, 9,265. Going down to our local elections, Ralph Heiss, North Carolina Senate District 47, 23,549. David Wheeler, 9,534. House of Representatives, District 112, David Rogers, 24,230. Ed Halliburton, 8,750. Of course, Tommy Davis for the court judge, Corey McKinnon, both unopposed. Rutherford County Board of Commissioners, District 2, Greg Lovelace, 22,875. Susie Bostic, 9,256. Board of Commissioners, District 3, David Hunt, 23,037. Jerry Weiss, 10,072. The Board of Education at Large, Philip Morrow, 27,476. Angel King, 27,821. Tracy Short, 27,321. Rick Finklin, 27,222. All of those Republicans in the Rutherford County Board of Education District. Rutherford County Register of Deeds, Rachel Thomas, of course, with 27,419. And the Sword and Water Conservation, Ronald Hawkins, 25,623.
Well, it's been a good night for the Republicans in Rutherford County, not so good a night for the Republicans in the state of North Carolina, nor across the nation. But there have been some changes, some wins, and some losses. But we have reported now all the precincts, 17 of 17 precincts in Rutherford County on election 2020. It's been an interesting night, interesting 20 years, as a matter of fact, and there have been some surprises for a lot of folks. It's still too close to call in some of the statewide national elections. So that'll be maybe coming up later on. We'll be watching those battlegrounds in some of the like Iowa and places like that. Too early to call. Even North Carolina's too close to call at this point. But we're going to wrap things up here for Rutherford County's returns. It's been great to have had you part of our audience, and we appreciate you checking in with us and appreciate you letting us have this time with you, and we want to thank our sponsors, great folks that have been a part of this to make us a nice evening to let you know what's happening. Arnold's Law Firm, Bostic Florist, Burnt Chimney, Circle B Barbecue, Connor Computer, Don's Italian Restaurant, Dragon Palace, East Rutherford Equipment, Farmer's Friend Feed Seed and Supply, Henson Building Material, Horn Tire, Jay's Discount Grocery, Medicine Box, Remax Realty, Wayne's Lux Box. All of these folks, we say thank you. And we appreciate Domino's Pizza supplying us pizza tonight.
And also at Domino's Pizza, you'll get 2 large 2-topping pizzas for only $9.99. The brand new cheeseburger taco pizza, large for only $11.99. Any specialty pizza, $12.99. 2 medium 2-topping pizzas with the bread bite, $17.99. And of course, 2 locations to serve you, one on Rutherfordton, one on Broadway. And they are a proud supporter of the 2020 election. And I took a quick look back at the state. How the state right now with 1,689 out of 2,662 precincts reporting in. Joseph Biden leading over President Trump, 2,418,221. Trump's 2,360,203. With Biden holding 49.91%, Trump with 48.72% of the vote. And Virginia Fox, 252,879. David Wilson Brown, 117,726.
Well, it's been a good evening. We appreciate all of you being with us. It's been an interesting broadcast here from the broadcast building here on Whiteside Road in Rutherford. We thank you for letting us be part of your evening, and we look forward to having these results for you in the morning. If you have to go to bed, we'll keep following our networks throughout the morning, tomorrow morning, and everything will be fresh for you tomorrow morning.
And do keep in mind that tonight you're not going to find out who actually wins the president, because this is going to take some time to do, because of the, right now there was something that I read earlier that even though the polls are closing at different times throughout the evening, that there are some of the votes, as long as they were in the mail by today, they won't be counted up until, here we go. When the polls close, it could take days or weeks to find out if Trump or Biden has won. Millions of Americans expected to vote by mail because of the coronavirus. And the ballots, the absentee ballots, will be accepted until November the 12th, as long as the ballots were mailed by Election Day. So it will be November the 12th or after before we really know who the President of the United States is.
All right. I want to thank Christian McGold for being such a great engineer for us tonight, manning the keyboard for us in the blue room, the dark blue room tonight. We've been interesting concept of lighting here this evening, but we got through it, and it moved pretty smoothly after the precinct started coming in.
And after we got the bugs, this is the first time we've had to do this, so we had a few bugs to get stoned, but we made it.
We want to thank Dawn Lovelace and her crew over at the Board of Elections for such a great job getting this organized, because it's been a difficult year for them as well, but they have done an outstanding job, and we again commend them on a great year. Do anything else?
Can we go home now?
I think it's probably a good thing. It's soon be time to crawl out of bed and come into the blue room for the morning wake-up call. Thank you so very much. We'll have some more of these results for you in the morning. So good night, everybody.
And that will conclude our election returns coverage for tonight on WCAB. Big thanks to Jim and Lou for hosting it tonight, doing a wonderful job of that. A huge thank you to all of the candidates as well as everyone else who was able to drop by and give a word. Big thank you, of course, to all of our sponsors tonight who helped make this very coverage possible. And, of course, quite an interesting time for us here in the station itself as opposed to at the annex. But quite the interesting time indeed. Actually had a little webcam action going on. And that brings me to big thank you to all of you who decided to tune in and listen, whether you are listening on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, or quite a few of you who tuned in and listened online at WCAB59.com via our YouTube channel, WCAB Radio. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're there. We'll be giving you exclusive WCAB content just about every day on that channel, mostly live streaming there. We thank you again so much for tuning in. I'm Christian in the Blue Room, wishing you a wonderful rest of your night. We will, of course, keep you up to date on the election results as they happen going into tomorrow, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. For the rest of the night, we'll play you some of the very best of the classic oldies, beginning in the 50s, going all the way up through the 90s. May even be a 2000 song in there somewhere. You have to listen and see if it plays. I'm not sure what it is, but you'll probably know it if you hear it. Once again, thank you all so much. You are tuned in to 100.9 FM, 590 AM. This is WCAB Rutherfordton.
Thank you for the last 4 years that we have had strong leadership who have stood for religious freedom.